On the social network today, we started the day to find out if social media is now becoming a leader of the otherwise leaderless protests in the wake of Delhi gang rape. And of course, that means led by one single individual or under an umbrella. And then, of course, Abhijit Mukherjee, the son of the president, spoke out about the women in these protests, saying that, to paraphrase, they are women who wear makeup and go to discos. What would they know about the ground reality? Naturally, this comment in the wake of a very emotionally charged Indian public has simply gone viral, not just in India, but it was also trending worldwide for quite some time. Of course, he's apologized since then, but social media unwilling to forgive him, and so we had to change the topic. So on the show today, we discuss dented, painted women not fit for a revolution. We'll have some people in just a bit to talk about that. But first, let's listen into Jairat Singh, who sent us his video blog.
I really like painted and dented women. I also like women who are not painted and dented. What is painted and dented, first of all? I think the Congress MP should be painted and dented for his remarks.
All right, that is, of course, Jairat Singh really mirroring in a sense what social media has been talking about. But just to give you a quick sense of Second Screen, which is a very important app that you can actually use and interact live with us. It allows you, the viewer, to tell me in the studio what questions I should be putting to our panelists. So far, this is what we've got looking like on Second Screen. All you need to do is download the NDTV app. Click on Second Screen and there you go. You have questions on your screen right there. And of course, the top rated question at this time is, despite strong protests, incidents of sexual assault and rape are still continuing. And of course, the second rated question is, are Indian hospitals not good enough? Now, we'll come back to those questions in just a bit, but let me just introduce our panel. We've got Rituparna, who's working with an organization called Nirantar, in the studio. Thank you, Rituparna, for joining us. She's been at the Delhi protest right from the first day all the way until today. In fact, that's where she's coming straight from. We're also joined by Rimi Chatterjee, who joins us from Kolkata. She's an assistant professor. Thank you, Rimi, for joining us. It's an all-women panel. We'll also be joined by somebody from Pakistan. But my director tells me that we've got a second Skype guest also, Atike Mir, who's a journalist who joins us from Pakistan. Thank you, Atike, for joining us. We will be talking to you about what it looks like on the other side of the border. But Rituparna, I want to start with you because you're coming straight from those protests. Yeah. You know, a remark like this for somebody like you, who's a woman who's been protesting since day one in the in this outrage that we've seen now across the country. What does it mean to somebody like you?
It means an insult to someone like me who has been fighting since not day one of the protest, but for many years against violence against women. It's an insult. It's an outrage. It's actually disgusting to hear someone which is such a big public figure to speak such utterly disgusting words. What does it mean that women who do makeup, women who are out, women who break sexual norms, they have no right to protest? Or do they have? And if they protest, or if you go out on the streets, we will not be protected by the police. It's really disgusting. So yeah.
All right, Rituparna, I just want to of course, Abhijit Mukherjee has of course clarified. He has of course apologized. But let's just quickly listen in to what he's said.
Would you like to explain dented, painted women? What did you mean by that?
In fact, it was one of the part of the sentence, a part of this conversation. I was asked specifically, what is your reaction about that agitation? Do you think this is students' agitation? I said that cannot be students. Lot of people, lot of persons, including women, they do not look like students. Generally, students, they do not go for high makeup. High makeup in engineering parlance, generally we call tinted, painted. It's a typical term. I'm not justifying my actions.
Right.
I never knew that will create a lot of controversy and will hurt a lot of people's sentiment. I never expected that. Since it has done, since it has created a lot of uproar, and some people, they thought I have outraged their respect, self-respect. That was not my intention. So I withdraw those words.
All right, we've joined also by Anna Vetkar, who's also a journalist and an author. Anna, you're wearing eyeliner, you're wearing lipstick, you're wearing makeup. Do you feel that you're any less than any other woman who's out saying that, you know, we want the environment to change, the country has to recognize that it's time now to change in the wake of this very brutal incident?
I'm not just wearing eyeliner and lipstick, I'm fully dented, painted, and I'd like Abhijit Mukherjee to know that. When I was a student, I was a part of the Anti-Mandal Commission movement. I remember going out on the streets, I remember going up to Parliament, I remember raising slogans. I was also in lockup. I'll be damned if I will allow any man to judge me on the basis of the fact that I happen to not look shabby. Does he have a problem with good-looking men? Does he have a problem with well-groomed men? And if there was a good-looking or well-groomed man at India Gate, would he use the term? You know, it's not a question of him saying, I don't believe there were students over there. It's the use of the term dented, painted. And the fact that he says, in colleges and all, we use this term, therefore it's acceptable. There are a lot of things that kids are using in college that a man in his position should be telling them that these are terms they should not use to describe women. What is he doing? He's equating us with cars in an automobile repair shop. I mean, I'm afraid that he needs to get some denting, painting done to his eloquence, to his idea of what is acceptable language for a man in public life. And I am so glad that it's not just the social media that has erupted in anger. I am so glad that his sister has condemned his remarks, because too often what we find is that people from the opposition party, whichever the opposing party is, will condemn those remarks. And when their own people say something against women, then they don't condemn those remarks. But here his own sister has put him in his place, and I think there's no better message for him than that.